Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Xillia. In the last episode, we ventured across to Auckland Quag to get over here to Fezebel Marsh, and we learned that Rashagal and Azul are in the heats of battle right now. And we also learned that we need to use a booster to change the climate and everything to make sure that it's safe to traverse. But in today's episode, we're going...
all over my best coat. Now I'm gonna have to get this cleaned.
Oh, gross. Mud all over my favorite shoes.
That's what happens when I'm Marsh. But in today's episode, we're going to go into the heats of battle. Without further ado...
Don't splash mud on me.
Sorry about that.
That's what happens in a marsh, Leia. But without further ado, what you need to do is you need to make sure all your characters are healed. This is going to be a very lengthy battle upon battles upon battles. Let's jump down and start this.
Everyone, stay close to me.
It's hard to see anything. The enemy could be anywhere.
Maybe we should try to find a safer route.
No, we don't have time for that. We just need to charge straight through.
Hold on. This sounds like suicide. Well, we'll be okay. Jude says so.
Don't be afraid. We have nothing to fear but failure. The fate of humanity and spirit kind hangs in the balance.
Nice. I'll have to write that one down.
Let's go, everyone.
We will destroy the Lance of Kresnik. Don't stop for anything else.
And now we start the battle of the Fezebel. Once again, reenacted 20 years ago was this very battle here in Fezebel Marsh between Azul and Rashagal. We are reenacting this battle right now because they're at war. Essentially what we need to do is we need to kill these enemies. Thing is though, as soon as we win, it continues. We're not stopping.
Watch out! What are you doing? We're on your side.
Save it! We've received orders directly from Deputy Chief of Staff Gillen. Conductor Ilbert has defected to the enemy and must be stopped by any means necessary, including lethal force.
What?
We won't let you destroy the cornerstone of Rashagal's strategy!
Why did it have to come to this? Gillen obviously wants us dead. That is not particularly surprising given his past track record.
You know how it is. When you want something bad, the end really justifies the means.
Although, I'm starting to believe victory is not his ultimate goal.
I have a bad feeling about all this.
Yeah, let's hurry on.
And unfortunately we are fighting both sides at this point. We're not fighting just Azul, we're fighting Rashagal too. So it's double the enemies, and you'll see a lot of the enemies here will actually fight each other, and then notice you're there, and then they'll start attacking you. But battle rages on.
Let's make this quick.
I'm right here with you, Mila.
How can you keep putting your life in danger like this? Don't you realize you'll throw everyone's lives into chaos if you end up dying? What's that? Nothing. Better stay focused on the battle.
And like I said before, this is actually kind of one of my favorite segments in the game. It's just because you are fighting a war. This is not just battle upon battle upon battle. This is continuous crap. So that's one reason why I really like this battle.
I'll take them down, no matter what.
Hey, you're pushing yourself too hard. Fall back and rest.
I'm okay.
Alvin's right. We still have a ways to go.
I told you, I'm fine. Just focus on our task, please.
All right. I'm glad you're on our side, Jude. I'm counting on you.
I have your back. Don't worry, I can do this.
And as you guys can see, based on the battle conversations, everybody's kind of getting wore out a little bit at this point. Even though this is the third battle, I think there's like 6 or 7 waves, but everybody's starting to get tired.
When will this end? We're so damn close.
Hey, are you okay?
Come on. You have to take me down.
Alvin, are you sure you're alright?
Would I lie at a That part of me is gone.
Sure that's a lie.
Gotta be serious sometimes.
Hey, come on, guys. Less talking, more fighting.
And like I said before, I really like that you can kind of see that the characters are getting wore out at this point, and it really shows the situation. I really like. That's one thing I really like about this story, about this game, is the character development is wonderful, and this shows it too.
We're so close. Are you all right, Jude? So this is war. There's nothing but a sight that cuts down the dreams and lives of our youth. I take no pleasure knowing most of my years were on the battlefield. And despite my efforts, the travesty continues. Rowan, you can't give up. You'll find a way to stop all of this. It's all right, of course. Our destination is just up ahead. Let us make haste.
And I think this is like one of the last battles. Like I said before, this is like 6 or 7 waves of these enemies, and it gets really tiring. So that's why I really suggested that you heal up before the battle even started.
Damn it. Just leave us alone already.
If only battles could be ended by simply asking. We can always win.
And it keeps raring on and raring on, you know. Honestly, the best tactic I can really say is link up with Alvin. Alvin really helps with these shield enemies, because a lot of these shield enemies will obviously like to defend a lot. So that's probably your best bet, is to have Alvin with you, because he has the breaker ability.
This is so rough.
Don't worry. I got your back, Elise.
No one asked for your help.
You'll be alright with that much energy.
And this is just another view of how war works. It just tires you out after a while, and it's just non-stop chaos. And that's, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite segments in the game because of that. It really shows how war works.
Out of my way!
Leia, don't rush forward lest you'll be completely surrounded. Things are not looking good, Eli.
I know. We can't retreat. We must keep pushing onward.
And I think this is the last one. I think this was one where it starts to slow down and the battle finally ends. But as you guys can see, we went through at least 20 to 30 enemies. And that's a lot.
Hang in there. You did, Jude. I'm not giving up.
You hear that? None of us will give up.
Actually, I lied. This is the last one. But just keep wailing on them, and eventually victory is yours.
Can you still keep up?
Of course.
And it really shows that everybody's getting wore out mentally and physically, too, out of this. You get a lot of experience points, and you do get a lot of items out of it, too. So it's really worth it. This battle is worth it. And upon clearing on the other end here, we're on the other side of Fezebel Marsh. And we're greeted with 2 chests that have apple gels, 5 orange gels, 5 life bottles, and the other chest will have 5 lemon gels, 5 pineapple gels, and 5 panacea bottles. This is an indicator. I would really suggest saving right now and leveling up anything that you have right now, which I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to be saving because, well, this is recording purposes, and I didn't want to, save over file and get lost footage and everything. But this is the point where they give you a break. This battle of Fezebel is harsh. And not only that, we are about ready to fight a boss. And this boss is really hard. I'm going to say this, for first-time players, I expect people to lose at this part. This is really, really hectic.
Is that Gillen?
Doesn't look like it. It's the Chimeriad.
More troops? They'll make us late for our rendezvous with Agria.
Doesn't bother me. Let us at him, Wingo. Pretty please.
That man in the back in the red armor. He's the king of this particular chessboard.
Understood. There are only 3 of them. Take them out!
He leads from the rear.
And off he goes, rushing in again. Not that I mind. You're out of your depth.
Get the woman! Stop her!
Nice to get the blood boiling for a change.
Checkmate. Although this king was no better than his pawns. So you've come, Maxwell.
It appears we must face each other on the battlefield after all. What a sad end to this tale.
Thanks for wasting our time with that search in the mountains.
My pleasure.
Have you taken out Gilland?
I don't have to answer that.
Then let's change the subject. Step aside so we can pass.
I don't think so.
We will destroy the lance. With it gone, Azul's victory is assured. Why keep us from our task?
It is the will of His Highness.
This battle is merely a stepping stone toward our true goal.
But it is an unnecessary step. One that could cost your lives. Who would be left to support the king?
His Highness can look after himself.
Unlike some people, he would never fight feebly from the rear.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Don't play dumb, Chief Ilbert. You were meant to lead, not hide. It was your duty to fight, not carry the rear. Noctigal became a tyrant because of your inaction. Your only recourse was to stain your hands with his blood.
Word spreads fast.
That wasn't Rowan's fault. Noctigal was responsible for his own actions.
Do not pass the blame. Individual fault is a petty thing when weighed against the good of a nation.
What do you mean?
The people need a leader to guide them. Otherwise, they will go astray.
Rowan is fully capable of handling that. It is not that simple. I am just a military strategist. I'm unworthy of the throne.
But our king is.
And he has seen the path he must take to lead the people.
The lance lies on that path. We will take it and add it to his power.
Don't make me say it again. We won't hand over the Lance of Kresnik, no matter what your reasons are.
And I won't let you interfere with with Maxwell's mission.
Oh, no good on standing!
Ready yourself.
So be it.
Everyone, stay sharp.
Yeah!
Stand down, it's too dangerous.
No, I won't!
Don't blame us if you die.
Now that's not very nice.
Like you're one to talk. Doesn't matter who stands in our way. We will carve our path forward.
And we are fighting 3 of the Chimeriad. This battle is hard. I'm going to tell you right now because there's 3 people. But Wingle is level 38. Like his previous fight, he's weak to Earth. So use your Earth-based attacks on him. Pressa, she is going to be at level 37. And like her previous battle, she is weak to fire. And finally, Zhao. We haven't seen him in a while in the course of battle. He's level 38, and he's weak to wind. This fight is actually really freaking hard, and especially if you're playing for the first time. Honestly, the best course of action I can say right now is to have your healers with you. And not only that, take out Zhao first. He is the powerhouse of the group. And honestly, you don't want Zhao staying on the field too long, because he is obviously the one that's going to cause you the most trouble. And honestly, that's pretty much it. So have Alvin linked up, and you'll be able to break his guard. Zhao likes to guard a lot. And another thing that I need to make sure of, like I said before in the previous fight with a Chimeriad member, all these guys know Mystic Arts. Be careful of this. And all the other battles with other bosses, they have Mystic Arts too. And not only that, Pressa can does confusion. You're probably wondering why I'm attacking Alvin and Leia. This is because Pressa confused me. And honestly, this is not a good status to have. Confusion will just automatically attack whoever's close. And, well, as you can see, this is Zhao's Mystic Guard. Resounding Surge. It hurts. A lot. But yeah, Confusion will just make you attack whoever's closer. And it doesn't matter if it's foe or not. And this is Wingle's Mystic Guard. Lightning Nova. Electricity-based attack, and it hurts really bad. But yeah, this is the point where this can get really, really difficult if you don't have healers, like, on duty. What I usually do for this battle is I have both Leia and Elise set to heal only in the strategy segment. You can actually go ahead and change your strategy for characters. And I always have Leia and Elise on heal duty, because that's really what the best thing they can do. Have Elise use Dispel whenever a status ailment happens, and have Elise always use Pixie Circle to heal you. And then Leia's always gonna either use her life bubbles whenever you die, or use Resurrection whenever you die. But be careful of this. And honestly, just withhold as much as you can. We've already taken out Zhao, so Zhao's done for the count right now. And honestly, the next person you should be probably focusing attention on is Wingle. And this is Pressa's Mystic Guard. It doesn't hurt as much, but it also causes another status ailment, so you want to be careful of that. Her Mystic Guard isn't really that, like I said, it's not really that hurtful. Just be mindful of it. And at this point, it'd probably be best to swap after you've already killed Zhao. You probably want to swap to Rowan. I know that may sound a little sketchy because we still have a heavy hitter on the field, but Rowan will help you cast your Earth-based attacks, which is what Winkle is weak against. So be mindful of that. And not only that, another thing you need to be mindful of, these guys can do linked arts too. Just like any other boss fight where there's two characters, they'll do linked arts just as well as you do. And it's just as bad as whenever you do. But we've already taken out Wingle, so the only person left is Pressa, and with that linked art...
From the Chimeriad. Can't imagine fighting them all at once.
We'd still win, no matter what.
That's right.
As long as Leo's around.
Keep in mind, guys, that was 3. There's 4 of them.
I won't let anyone down.
That's a hard battle, and I don't blame anybody for losing that battle. That battle is really hard because they just gang up on you at once.
Wingle, where is your booster?
Right here.
You were willing to go that far to serve Gaius?
Sorry. I'm not interested in any last words.
Alvin! The battle's over!
Fine. I'll let her go, if you insist.
This is really how you live your life, huh? I'd watch your back around him. He's just playing with you now. And someday, he'll throw you away.
I'd like to think Alvin knows how I feel.
I have to know. Why do you seem to care so much about me? Speak up, big guy! Why won't you tell me? Hey, it's okay.
The Lance of Kresnik is just ahead. I know you all have a lot on your minds. But I must push onward.
And with that, we have destroyed the Chimeriad, mostly. But we've got a skit right now. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Strength is beauty.
Everyone sure has gotten stronger.
Especially you. You've really improved.
I appreciate the increased strength, but I worry I'm bulking up too much.
Never took you for one to care.
Of course. The Lord of Spirits needs a suitable vessel.
Better to be toned than to be out of shape.
Totally. Strength is beauty. I think it's a good look. Buff Mila is the best Mila.
Well, if everyone thinks so, maybe I will try to tone up a bit more.
Do it, Mila! Yoked out bazongas!
Okay, yoked out bazongas!
I'm not sure you'd want that.
And this leads into my favorite skit in the entire game. The Secret of Bazongas. Listen to its beauty. This is pure genius.
Hey, Alvin, why is Tipo always talking about bazongas? What does that even mean?
Oh, he finally asks. It seems you're ready to take the first steps towards becoming a man.
Why do you have to make everything so weird? Forget I even asked.
Bazongas are the burning fire at the heart of manhood.
Rowan?
Jude, there are times to play it cool, but a man who fears his own passions is no man at all.
Yes, exactly what I was trying to say.
I'm not even sure I know what we're talking about.
Then you will never know bazongas. You have to want it, Jude. You have to need it.
Then teach me about bazongas.
I can barely hear you. You have to mean it.
Teach me about bazongas!
Whoa! Don't go shouting things like that!
Don't scold him, Leia. I read about this in a book. It's called puberty. We're supposed to be understanding and supportive.
Don't hate us.
There's no shame in being burned by the fire of manhood.
I love that skit so much. It's so funny. And, you know, it's funny that it happens after such a serious moment like this. But you can actually go ahead and talk to the Chimeriad members. But, honestly, that is probably the best skit in the entire game to me. Because that one was just, I was not expecting it. And whenever I just heard it, I just burst out laughing so hard. Because, you know, bazongas, take it what you will. And keep in mind, Jude's only 15. He is hitting that age where he's asking these questions. But anyways, on a serious note, let's leave this segment of Fezebel Marsh. And we lead to the final segment here. And as you guys can see, all the Rashagal soldiers are falling over dead. And Gaius is up this hill. Let's go ahead and level up our characters a little bit more since we finished a boss fight. Heading into another one, if it isn't apparent already. We're going to go ahead and level up our characters, and we're going to go ahead and put on some more skills for our characters too while we're at it, because we got some more SP and everything. And if you guys haven't noticed, we're starting on the second Lilium Orb. Around level 38, level 37, you start getting these a second Lilium Orb to work on. And honestly, the later levels, this becomes a little bit harder to fill out. And another reason is because you only get 2 GP per level up starting from now on, and this becomes a little bit more harder to get more points and stuff like that. And that's where endgame becomes a little bit more harder to manage your level ups because you don't get as much. And that's pretty much it. I'm going ahead and just managing up my skills right now. Best suggestion I can make is put on Fire Guard because, well, we're about ready to do that. And we got we got a couple of titles for leveling up our characters to a certain level. Whenever you do that and mess with the Lilium Orb, you get to a certain level, you'll get those titles. Let's go ahead and go up this hill and confront the King of Azul himself. Let's go ahead and confront Gaius.
Gaius!
So, you defeated the Chimeriad.
I cannot say I'm surprised you came to the battlefield yourself.
Of course. It is my path.
Answer me. Why do you want the Lance of Kresnik?
With it, I will protect the people of this world. I shall gather all such sources of power and place them under my safe control.
There is a fine line between protection and domination. The Lance will become the bane of the very people you seek to protect. This path of yours will lead to ruin.
Preposterous. I will never falter as long as I have this will to guide the weak.
Yet you have overlooked one crucial fact.
And that is?
Despite your power and that will of yours, someday you will die. Then what? Can you guarantee that whomever inherits the Lance will share your vision and your will? Eventually, those who follow will succumb to the Lance's unfathomable power. They will destroy your legacy and themselves. It's just human nature. Your history proves this.
Then I will chart a new path for history.
In the end, you too, show yourself to be human.
Of course. And it's because I'm human that I yearn for a united Riza Maxia. But I suppose you see it as only greed and ambition.
Gaius, for the last time, I will not give you the Lance. Will you stand down?
Never.
I thought you might understand. But regardless, the Lance of Kresnik must be destroyed.
Yes, for the sake of future generations.
We need to end this here and now. Yes, we can't stop now. We'll stand by Mila.
I think you know what happens next.
We will prevail.
Show me your resolve.
Gaius, in the name of the Great Spirit, I shall defeat you.
You underestimate me.
And yet, you think you can handle us alone?
I think you're underestimating us.
You're all getting ahead of yourselves. Witness what humans are truly capable of.
Don't scare us!
And we are fighting the King of Azul himself, King Gaius, level 40. And he does not have any weakness whatsoever. So you cannot exploit any sort of elemental weakness on him. The reason why I said to keep your fire guard on, because he does do fire-based attacks. Even though he doesn't have a weakness, he does do that. So be careful with it. This fight is hard. I'm going to say this right now. Even though it's just him, this is really tough. And it's mostly because he has a lot of moves that'll go through multiple people. And not only that, it's a lot of aerial-based attacks. These are strong hits, so be careful of that. He will stun you, and not only that, he's got a Mystic Guard himself. So, honestly, if you let him do the Blade of Heaven...
Awaken! The Inferno cries out into oblivion! Absolute domination!
He does Absolute Domination, which is his Mystic Art. It is almost pretty much a guaranteed one-hit KO. It hurts really freaking bad. And I will say that it'll hit multiple people. This is a Mystic Art that will hit multiple people, so be careful of that. What I can really suggest you do is to stun him. Have Alvin have a breaker ability, break his guard. His guard will break if you have Alvin equipped with him. Get him away from your healers, like he's going after Elise right now. One thing you need to do is use stuff like your Aqua Sweep. That'll get him down on the ground. And not only that, you'll be able to do some more damage on him. Do linked darts like I'm doing right now, and you'll be able to combo a lot of linked darts together, and that'll do a lot of damage. But yeah, Gaius is no joke. He knocked us all down and stuff like that, and he's killing all our members. Do not be afraid if you have to, like I'm doing right now, to manage items yourself. I'm using a life bottle right now to heal Leia, and don't be afraid to use elixirs and stuff like that if you have them. If you have any healing moves that will completely heal members, do not be afraid to use it. This is the kind of a fight that you have to. It would be kind of advised to use these. I know it's really conservative to save these for later, but don't be afraid to use them. But just don't use much. because you kind of want to need those later. But I'm using a lot of moves that will get him to get to the ground real fast, and I'm using a lot of stuff, and I'm using snap pivots to make sure you can kind of read his moves. He managed to do the Mystic Arc twice on me, and this hurt really bad. Look how much damage. Doing 14,000 damage. That's ridiculous. And it's just ridiculous seeing this, how much crap is going on. That's why I have Leia and Elise on healing duty all the freaking time in these fights. And the fights will only get harder from here on out. So just keep on wailing on him, and eventually you will defeat him. He's almost done. And you just do one more Demonic Chaos. And there we go, we defeated Gaius. And as you guys can see, if you guys get hurt a lot in these boss fights, you'll have that little victory animation. It's like, whoa, that was close! But with that, we have defeated King Gaius, stopped his ambition.
You're quite formidable.
And you are no less than I expected. Nevertheless, the Lance of Kresnik shall be mine!
Uh-oh, I don't like the look of that.
Damn it. Where is he?
Farewell. Who dares?
Ivor to the rescue!
Ivor? Why are you here?
Lady Mila, once your powers are restored, you'll be able to give that pretender a serious smiting!
What are you doing?
Pay attention, Jude! I'll show you what separates the handmaids from the boys! See what I did there, phony? It's called saving the day! Look it up! Now the power of the four great spirits shall be revived! What happened?
It can't be. It broke right through it all. So, I was mistaken all along. And that means that the lance was never a weapon at all.
What the hell is going on?
ships that sail the sky.
I've finally done it.
Gilland! What is going on?
You're telling me that's Gilland?
Damn it. You son of a...
Were you the one who attacked Hamil?
Yes. That was the handiwork of my spirit Celsius.
The spirit Celsius? I've never even heard the name before.
You dared lay hands on my people. For that, you will pay!
I don't understand. Who are these people?
Are you Gilland of Exodus?
Yes, I am. That's the woman, right over there.
What? Exodus? Were you the one who told Noctical about Spyrex?
Don't kill that woman. Would ruin everything.
Mobile armored units, forward!
Yes, sir.
Were you not paying attention? Stand pretty and stay out of this.
Miss Elise!
Bring the brat along, too. A fine specimen of booster compatibility.
Take your hands off of her! Oh! Why are you doing this?
Go to sleep. You'll just complicate things.
Gaius!
We will settle our score later. Maxwell is the one they're after. Take her and flee! What do you think you're doing? I told you to go!
But we can't just leave Elise.
Rowan, Leia, take care of Mila. You all go on ahead. Your Highness!
Come now, child. Open your eyes.
Hey! What's a big idea, big guy? Let's go right now!
I have a confession to make, and an apology. It is about your parents. The bandit who killed them. It was me.
Elise!
I'm afraid I will no longer be able to protect you. Forgive me, child, and live on.
Joe, why not?
I want you to protect Elise for me. Thank you for your faithful service. Look after everyone. It's time for one last rampage. Full power!
You do know he's out cold. Where's the fun in torturing someone if they don't react, you dolt?
Agria.
Yes, sir.
Is Maxwell here?
No. It looks like he's alone.
They've already made it this far.
We don't need this aggravation. Hide yourselves.
Do you see Maxwell? She just looked like an ordinary human being.
I can't believe that she could have created the schism.
The schism?
schism. Spill it.
Stay back, or you'll be dragged in with him. He'll come to me if he survives. And when he does, he will serve me.